Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a good day. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and welcome to Dr. Boyce Daily. This is where I talk about the stock market and things that are happening in the market right now. And today I have something really interesting to bring up that relates to Elon Musk. According to Bloomberg, Elon Musk is now the first human being in American history to surpass $400 billion in wealth, not just in American history, but in world history. His shares of Tesla have hit an all time high on Wednesday. And in addition to that, his stake in SpaceX is pretty massive. SpaceX recently, during a public sale, or sorry, private sale of shares, was valued at 350 billion. Last time I checked, Musk controls about 54% of the SpaceX shares, and also he controls about 75% of the voting power. So he doesn't just make most of the money; he also has most of the power in that company. So Musk is absolutely killing it. I am a shareholder in SpaceX. I'm sorry, not SpaceX. Sorry, Tesla. I keep getting that wrong. And so I've made some money with him as well. It's been pretty interesting. So it says here, according to NBC News, they said that his wealth is about 440 billion. His position as the world's wealthiest person has seen some volatility in recent years amid turbulence in Tesla's share price, but he's most recently held the number one spot since May. A separate billionaire index tracked by Forbes pegs his net worth at 369 billion, with Jeff Bezos at number two and Oracle founder Larry Ellison at number three. What's really interesting, though, is that since the election, Musk has just absolutely obliterated the competition when it comes to the race for who's going to be the world's richest man. It's not a game anymore. This guy, for whatever reason, is able to just make as much money as he wants. Earlier this month, the Delaware judge reaffirmed a ruling that rejected a pay package from Musk that had already been approved by Tesla shareholders, citing a conflict of interest in their vote. Yet Musk's net worth has climbed even without that compensation deal. The deal's worth about $100 billion. So apparently he's supposed to get $100 billion in one payday as the CEO of Tesla. And his shareholders actually approve of this deal, which is very interesting, which makes it odd that you would have judges blocking his compensation. His net worth has climbed. Let's see here. It says here that shareholders should control company votes, not judges. That's what he said on his website on X. He spent the year focused on the 2024 election. Federal Election Commission filings show that he spent about $250 million to help Trump become do his second term as president. And what's really scary about that is that this guy spent $250 million, which is peanuts to him. I mean, he's got 440 billion. He spent $250 million to become, I guess, the whisperer to the president or the consigliere to the president. And this is setting an interesting precedent. Musk buying the White House has set a crazy precedent because what he's shown other billionaires is that you can spend $250 million and increase your net worth by 70 or 80 billion as a result. That's a hell of an ROI. That's a massive ROI. And so, again, whether you like Musk or not, his move was pretty powerful. I'm going to say masterful, just because he was able to turn $250 million investment into $80 billion in a couple of weeks. And I think what you're going to see going forward is you're going to see more billionaires buying the White House. Like the criminals have basically taken over the police station now. This is what you get when you have a capitalist democracy. I've mentioned to you all that in America, you have a capitalist democracy where capitalism is the big brother, democracy is the little brother, and the big brother comes in and beats up the little brother and takes his lunch money every single day before school. So just be prepared for that. In the next election, you're going to see some other billionaire who's maybe on the liberal side step up and just say, "Let me buy my way into the White House." And before, the billionaires would just buy the politicians. Now with Musk, the billionaires are becoming the politicians. They're becoming directly influential. Now the White House has always had money as a motive in terms of moving it forward, but you've never really had one guy, to my knowledge, invest $250 million taking over the White House. You've had people give, a few hundred million, maybe 2 billion, something massive like that. But for someone to spend I said $250 million. That's how much he spent. But I think that you're going to see him invest over $1 billion to regain the White House next time around. So I think that he's kind of just upping the ante a little bit. I said 250 billion. I said that wrong. I don't know why I'm getting my words wrong today. Please forgive me for that. But he spent $250 million taking over the White House. And typically you don't really see people invest that much money in elections. So I personally think that this is going to be really interesting going forward to see what this looks like. Now, I mentioned to you all that I had a profit alert in terms of a stock that I like. Right now, let me just say this. The stocks that are doing the best right now, Alphabet and Tesla have been just going crazy. The Nasdaq hit another record high today, and Meta is really taking off as well. I'm really worried about this stock market, to be honest with you. I'm worried that when times get this good, it's begging for a crash. So one of the things I would just tell you in advance is be ready for that. You're going to get a crash at some point. You have to. I just can't imagine the market continuing up at this rate for a very long time. But in general, though, until then, enjoy the party. And if you want to know how to protect your portfolio, I did a training called Stormproof Investing. So if you go to stormproofinvesting.com, you can find a copy of it. So feel free to go to stormproofinvesting.com. Now, please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Tonight, we're going to also have Powernomics training. That's something that we do for free in the Black Business School for anybody who wants to understand wealth, anybody who cares about their economics, anybody who wants their family to build a generational legacy. Powernomics training is what we do every Wednesday night at 8:30. So if you'd like to be invited, just text the word morning to the number 87948. I'm going to invite everybody for money in the morning. So just text the word morning, MORNING, on your phone to the number 87948, and you'll get invited to class tonight and also our money in the morning class. And then also I'll give you guys a stock that I like. In 1 second, let me pull it up. I can't even remember what it was. All right, so here's what I'm also seeing. I like the Alphabet a lot because I like what they're doing with these driverless cars. Also, I don't know if anybody saw, Alphabet just announced this crazy quantum computing chip that that they made that literally can solve math problems at an insanely fast rate. I think they said that they solved the problem in 5 minutes that would have taken the best supercomputers 25 septillion years to finish. And a septillion is a 1 followed by 25 zeros. So 25 septillion is much longer than the age of the universe, right? The age of the universe is just maybe less than 20 billion or something. And that's not even close to 1 septillion. This is 25, or I think they said 25 septillion. Maybe they said 10 septillion. Either way, it was a big fat number. I've never seen a number that big in reference to any sort of scientific outcome. And so this is heavy. This is big. Quantum computing is one of these things where if whatever country figures out quantum computing first, they say that country is going to take over the world. They've literally said that. They've literally said that the country that determines how to do quantum computing in an effective way is going to be the strongest country on earth. So I hope that the United States wins that race. Now, let me give you guys a stock that I like. I'm going to buy shares of the stock right now, right while we're talking, because I want to show you that buying stock should be part of your daily or weekly life. You should do this weekly, or as readily as you spend money on coffee, or as readily as you spend money going out to eat, things like that. I need everybody to be a stockholder. Give me a yes. First, before I actually reveal the stock, I want to ask you all to give me something that's going to make me feel good today. Put a yes in the chat if either you are buying stock regularly or you plan to. Give me a yes if you believe me, and when I tell you that as a financial scientist, as a person who's taught at Syracuse University, Indiana University, University of Kentucky, etc., that stock market investing is the #1 wealth driver in America. As a person who wrote his dissertation on the stock market, you believe me when I tell you that stock market investing is the best way for you to build generational wealth. Give me a yes that you're going to regularly invest in the market. I just like this. The yeses. I ain't gonna lie. This is my selfish moment. I hope you'll allow that for me. And then in exchange, I'll give you the stock I'm about to buy because I really, really want us doing this, man. I know that we can do this, and we got to do this for the babies. We about ready to go kill it up in here. We're going to be the best on earth at this. And I always want to motivate you and get you to believe in yourself. So let me shut up and give you the stock now. The stock that I'm about to buy is Cura Oncology. Cura Oncology. And that ticker symbol is KURA. KURA. Now, again, this is not invested advice. There's no guarantees the stock is going to do well, but I can tell you that if it doesn't do well, I'll be going down with the ship because I'm about ready to be the captain. Like my cousin used to say, I'm about ready to do this. So I'm about ready to go in here and buy me some shares. The shares are $10.47 a piece. So how many shares should I buy? Let me see. Let me get 100. I'm gonna get 100 shares. So about $1,000 investment. Buy whatever you can afford. I'm not telling you what to do. This is just me telling you what I'm doing. And it's Cura, KURA. And right now, because it's after hours, I'm going to put in a limit price. The current price is $10.47. So I'm going to put a limit price of $10.60, which means that that as long as the price is below 1060 for the next 60 days, I'm going to put good. This order is good for 60 days. I will get that stock, and I'm going to pay $1,060 for it. And now I'm placing the order, and now I am an owner in a new business. There is a new segment of that company that is now Black owned because I just bought some stock. And those of y'all that jumped in there with me, you guys are part of the party too. So I think we should just do this, have investment parties, and just really dig in and own some damn stuff, own some assets, buy some stuff, get the babies ready for the future, make sure that they are economically powerful. All right, so here is a little bit more going on in the market right now. And I want to remind everybody that this is a podcast on Spotify. So if you go to Spotify, look up Boyce Watkins, you can find my podcast there. I think you guys will like what's there. And so here, basically, 4 of tech's 7 mega caps closed at all-time highs, which is a big deal, which pushed the Nasdaq past 20,000. Among the largest tech companies, only Nvidia and Microsoft remain below their records. Apple slipped below its record from Tuesday. So Tesla and Google shot up. Google's just doing so many amazing things. I like with Google, I like those driverless cars. I like what they're doing with Waymo. I feel like Waymo is right now, it's not profitable, but I believe that once Waymo becomes profitable, I think that's going to be another catalyst for Google. It's a massive company though. So one segment, I can't imagine one division making that much of a difference, but I do like Google as a long-term play. And I'm just going to tell you, I don't know. I feel like with Elon Musk, whether you like him or not, I don't suggest you bet against this guy. This guy just knows how to win. So far anyway. And I'm telling you, I didn't think Tesla could really go as high as it's gone. I mean, the stock keeps on going up, and this guy keeps getting things done, and it's kind of crazy here. So in terms of Cura is basically a biotech company, and it's basically, it looks like they focus on oncology. So if you want to Google it, you can look it up and learn a little bit more about the company and what they do. And the thing about a lot of these biotech companies, though, is that typically they move heavily based on the results of clinical trials. So there'll be like one big clinical trial that can either shoot the stock up, and double or triple it or quadruple it overnight, or it can actually collapse the stock. So just be careful when you invest in pharmaceutical companies because they have a lot of jump risk, which means the price can jump around and stuff like that. Let's see here. Let's see. Harry says Waymo's geofence cannot be scaled. I think it can be. I don't disagree with you, Harry. I'm not gonna, I don't want to fight with you about that for sure, but I think it can be. I think that Waymo is. What they're doing in San Francisco, I believe, is kind of a prototype. I think over time, eventually driverless cars will be accepted all throughout the country. And once that happens, I think you're going to see certain companies take the lead. I can't see Tesla really taking the lead because I don't think their technology is as good. But given that Musk is inside the White House, you never know what can happen at that point. So I think that whole Trump play kind of changes everything for him and gives him opportunities that other competitors won't have. Really is unfairly balanced in his favor. Like, for example, Sam Altman and ChatGPT or OpenAI, they've had a long negative history with Musk, and I'm sure they're shaking in their boots because I can see Musk. He and Trump are petty people. I believe I could see them sabotaging the competitors and really using their inside advantage to their own advantage, to not just make money for themselves, but to disrupt the competition. I also think that space travel is going to move forward. I think that Musk is going to be able to get a lot of money approved for, some of his pet projects in terms of going to the moon and all that. And I think they're going to do that successfully. But I do think that you're going to start sort of seeing the type of economic dominance that you're just not going to have anywhere else. Now, Harry says geofence means you need perfect maps, and there are no perfect maps. That's true. Tesla's solution is the right approach, but it's harder to solve. Okay. Well, Harry, you know what? I respect you, man. Thank you for adding that insight. I'm going to look that up, man. And I'm not at all disagreeing with you because I'm not an expert in the technology, but I do believe that Waymo is one of those things that can be a catalyst for Google. And certainly this quantum computing thing. It's kind of interesting with quantum computing. Google seems to have taken a little bit of a lead in that area with that new chip that they developed. But I don't see any applications where they can actually make money unless you're talking about, revenue from licensing the technology and things like that. But I was really fascinated by it because I'm a math geek and I thought it was really interesting. So anyway, long story short, we're going to get on out of here. We're going to do Powernomics training. It starts in 20 minutes. So if you want to get an invitation, I'm about to send the invitations out. Pull out your phone, text the word morning, MORNING, on your phone to 87948, and I will send you an invitation. So if you're interested in the history of our people and in terms of how this fits into a long-term strategic plan to help us to perform and excel and succeed, then Powernomics training is for you. Shout out to Dr. Claude Anderson. His website is powernomics.com. I encourage you to introduce your children to those ideas because this man is the baddest and the best and the brightest. So anyway, God bless you guys. Have a good day. Love you. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.